It's come to my attention, as I mentioned in the last video, that folks have fallen off the wagon. So I had a great turnout for Ignite Your Life. It was essentially, Ignite Your Life was a conference I held in January to stimulate ideas from six other coaches and then me, as far as how to make lifestyle change, initiated in January. You know, New Year's resolutions are high, everybody's fired up, but it's come to my attention that although we had a great turnout, 1% is actually doing it. So don't sweat it. If you're the 99% that has not initiated any change, it's okay. So what I'm going to do is offer or try to get another perspective. So we're going to try to do an Ignite Your Life Part 2, where we're actually in the gym and doing stuff that you might be able to relate to. So across the street from my Bartlett office is Endorphin Effect. Miwa Gardi is the owner. She was one of the coaches that presented at Ignite Your Life 1. And she and I will be running people through the gauntlet of exercise. So I think one of the big deal breakers with initiating an exercise routine is a lot of patients either don't have an experience in exercise, so they do what everybody else tells them works for them, and what works for another person probably had to be refined over several years for that routine to work, whether it's weight loss or just muscle building or being more fit. So jumping straight into the fire with something that's taken years for another person to develop, fine-tune, add, subtract, that's a little bit tough because everybody's a little different. If we were all the same, which we're not, might be able to apply a general exercise routine, but everybody has their limitations as far as knee tolerance, endurance, locale, experience from before, so, or even medicines at this point. So it's important that this journey be designed personally for you by somebody who has experience, which could get you, if you have somebody that's done a fellowship or extra training certification, then they should have the talent to design a bunch of different options. And then they should have the knowledge to see that if you're failing, don't do those options and redesign. So that's what the investment, that's what the beauty of a coach is. They can be eyes on to modify or encourage or just push you push your morale to keep on when the going gets tough. I mean, it's really hard, especially in the morning. For me, I have a ritual at this point, but it's hard in the morning to initiate some days. I know the downside of postponing exercise, but I also know the upside of maintaining it, because once I get to the gym, usually I know I can dive in. I'll turn on Metallica, start exercising, be done in 15 minutes. That works for me. But, and that too, speaking on the same terms, it's taken me years, decades to refine that. So it doesn't work for everybody. However, I think that package of time, 15 minutes, is actually tangible for a lot of folks. It'll probably take you more than 15 minutes to get to where you're going to go to do the exercise. But there's something that's beautiful about exercising in a group or exercising in a center that keeps you engaged. There's also something about being at altitude that makes it rewarding. So I'm actually looking at the screen. This is pretty nice. It's like a cloud. On the screen, because it's more contrast, looks like that is a storm cloud. Not good to see when you're at elevation. I mean, this elevation I can just go down within 15 minutes. But I remember on on top of Yosemite's Half Dome, where it's all marble, and there's this metallic cable that goes from the base of Half Dome to the top of Half Dome. One storm cloud that comes over at the right spot, all it has to do is send one lightning bolt through, and that stone is lit up, and everybody there is fried. So I have my reservations when I see clouds. So the idea again is, sorry, I got distracted. The idea is to come to the event on February 29th at 12 o'clock. I'll put a link down below to the invite, because we have to have, this is going to be user intensive. And even, don't worry, if you're an advanced athlete, competitor, or you're a couch potato, we'll have eyes on so we can modulate how aggressive each of the 3 15-minute blocks goes. So the 15-minute blocks are going to be 15 minutes of yoga, probably a lot of warrior series and breath exercise, 15 minutes of calisthenics for you baby boomers, for you millennials, body weight exercise. It's all the same. Jack LaLanne, look him up. And then finally, 15 minutes of round robin machines. We'll probably have to break it up depending on how big the group is, but if we have anything like the last Ignite Your Life, might be a little crowded, but hey, take advantage of the group. This gets me excited when we can actually have a big turnout. It makes me more excited when we can have people change their lives. So that's why we're doing it, and this is for free. So thank you to Miwa. Thank you to people who follow me on YouTube and spread the word. I'll be having a daisy chain of events too with each of the coaches from the initial Ignite Your Life. I'm not going to announce the March one just yet, but it'll be cool, just as cool. So be prepared. If we get through all 6 coaches, me being the first, we should all have a really good summer. And I bet you by fall of 2020, disease will halt. I'm questioning whether disease will reverse, but sometimes just the slowing down of the suffering is all you need. I mean, it's better than just waiting for the crap to get worse, because all you're gonna do is either get another procedure done, another injection done, or another pill, or a higher dose. And screw that. So you guys have the power to make a choice, but the choice is going to come at a price of a tiny bit of suffering and probably a little monetary investment. I mean, it's hard to find good coaches that will do stuff for free. I kind of do stuff for free because I'm employed, and that's probably going to change too soon. So after I'm not employed, then in an ideal situation, an ideal world, it'd be cool to have free stuff. But the free stuff is usually from those that are inexperienced, like the personal trainers at Planet Fitness. No offense, but I'd be very careful. It's free, so entry level, fine. But as you advance, get more complicated, have medical disease, you got to go up the totem pole. The life coaches that have more experience will be worth the investment, because you'll get to your journey, your summit faster with less chances for injury, versus going cheap and with a new graduate. I mean, nothing against new graduates. They'll be better than relatives, because I've seen a lot of relatives kind of just utilize their success. One, and although it's n of 1, the chances of a study with an n of 1, or 1 subject versus 4,000 subjects, chances of a study actually working for the general population is low. So I always say it's important to be realistic as far as goals, and sooner or later an investment will have to be made. And if you don't invest the monetary value, man, you got to crank out a lot of reading. You have to be able to read the studies that are online, NIH. You have to be able to interpret those studies. You have to be able to apply the information from the abstract, from the entire study, to your personal life. That's if you don't have medical disease. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, or other issues, polycystic kidney disease, arthritis, just makes the decision making more complicated. And that is when you come to me. So, or my coaches. So, you probably noticed the perceived exertion that I'm displaying. For an average Joe, that would be, that hurts. That breath exercise, or the shortness of breath, and the fast heart rate, and the increased core temperature is uncomfortable, which it kind of is, but I know what's on the other side. I know that it'll pay off later on with a really good night's sleep, probably a controlled appetite. I'm thinking about ramen for some reason. Although I have my protein in the car, a protein bar, protein shake, Brussels sprouts, and sauteed mushrooms. So I'm still exercising fasted. So I haven't eaten anything since 8 or 9 last night. But the problem is, for Perry, my best friend who passed away, I had beer. And I had 3 beers, which is not good because that's all sugar. I think the beer I had was an IPA. So probably has about 10 grams of sugar each. That's 30 grams of sugar. Evening time, that's not good. Even though I stopped at 8 or 8:30, that still is accumulated sugar damage. So I'm working it off. But for the social aspect of having a beer, it's for my buddy Perry. And so this is where we are. So please don't forget to subscribe. Get some hit the notification bell, because I'll be doing more videos about the conference in this next couple weeks. And I'll put intros and outros with the reminder of the invite. So if you, they're not going to be all the same topics, but I'll give you more than ample time to reserve a ticket. And this one for sure, we're going to have to top out, because I can't take an indefinite amount of patients or clients. So please, just get as many tickets as you or a partner would need, or a group, I guess, but make sure that they all go. If they don't, give us ample time so we can get the tickets to a possible waiting list. So I'm looking forward to it. See you at Endorphin Effect on February 29th, 12 noon, please, so that we know the count. Get your tickets reserved and get prepared for a 2020 that is truly the year of the rat. Wealth, prosperity, and for me, decreased suffering. Thanks for watching.